I'm actually doing it. I am doing what I said I was going to do. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And welcome to the first episode of my podcast. You guys are having a great start to your holidays. It's December. It's starting to snow outside. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I don't like the winter, I'm embracing it in my new place. I have all of these windows and I can see like mountains or escapements or whatever they want to call it from where I live. And yeah, it's nice to see all the snow covering that. But um nevertheless, I hope you guys are doing amazing. So I have thoroughly thought out how I want to do like these sit down podcast sessions. They're going to be about like real life, Christianity. We'll do a lot of chit chat videos. We'll do like lifestyle videos. Like, I'll be incorporating my lifestyle content into my podcast um, as I move forward. And I just thought this would be like a great opportunity for you guys to get to know me better as life starts to change for me. There's a lot of things upcoming in the new year that I want to share with you guys. That it's very much life changing, and that I'm happy about. I feel like I've gone through so much on this channel and have grown so much on this channel with you guys. And it's just been, oh, there's somebody tobogganing. That's so cute. And it's just been a great opportunity for you guys to get to know me better, me to get to know my viewers better as I continue to grow my channel and do a bunch of things. I think one thing that I've learned to appreciate on this channel is how much that you guys have allowed me to change and to pivot. When I started this channel, it was strictly about plus size wear and plus size content. And um, I did talk about a little bit of personal development surrounding that and how to be confident. But then I grew from that into a relationship that you guys saw me in. And to answer so many questions and comments, I'm not in that relationship anymore. So you'll only know if you watch my videos. And if you don't get a clue, that relationship is no longer. Okay? So the comments and stuff need to stop. I'm getting messages, comments that I have to be deleting every single day on my videos and Instagram pictures. That person is no longer in my life. There's no hate, there's no animosity. We've just grown, and that's just what it is. And I would like to just leave that where that is. But you guys have seen me grow into that and like become my own person, and then like lose 100 pounds and like be like this Instagram social media influencer that I never thought that I could be surrounded by weight loss. So there's like a lot that has come with my channel. And that kind of really leads me into the first topic of my podcast. And that's how I'm balancing content creation and real life. I feel like that's such a real topic because I've always wanted to be a full time content creator. But at the end of the day, I'm a real person, like I have feelings. I work a job. Um, I hustle like everybody else. It just happens to be that I've built platforms over, like the past few years that have allowed me to have other opportunities to either make money or to grow with brands or to build relationships with brands. But at the end of the day, I work a 9 to 5 and pay my bills and go through hard times like everybody else. And what I've realized as I've grown in my 20s is that in this field of work, you can compromise so much of yourself and who you are just to fit into a world that doesn't really know you. I don't know if that makes sense, but we have our friends that we can call up when we fall on hard times and we want to have a chat. And then like you have your internet friends or your internet family that don't really know you but are still in a place to, I don't know, like I guess pass judgment or form their own opinions based on the 20 or 30 minutes that they see or the 15 to 30 seconds that they see on whatever platform. And it could get really difficult sometimes because you see other people growing on social media, and those that grow on social media, they have a lot of money, they live in like these luxury places, they have a certain style, they carry themselves a certain way, and then you're like, oh wow, like that's cool, I want to embody that and like be that so I can have those same opportunities. But I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. I did it, and that's when you guys saw me move into my last apartment. I was living on Lakeshore. I moved out of my parents' house after like 5 years of being at home or however long it was. And I was like, yeah, I just got a new car, got a new job, I'm moving out, da da da. Got like, it was an older apartment, but it was condo style, it looked luxury. And I'm like, yeah, like this is it, like this is how I grow my platforms. I have the space, I can film with no noise, I can do as I please and whatever. And it did nothing. And when I say did nothing, it's not that I didn't have the means to grow and do what I needed to do for my platform. I was so sad and depressed being by myself and paying all of that money in rent by myself. I was paying like over 2 grand a month. Ah! Now that I think about it, it sounds insane. But I was paying so much money in rent just to live on Lakeshore, to have a lake view, and to say I live here and create all this beige content, as I like to call it, because all the girls love nude and beige at that point in time. And I'm struggling still. Like, I was still going through real life struggles, but trying to upkeep a lifestyle that I really couldn't. And I really had to have a moment of reflection and be like, Danielle, this is not who you are. Like, if there's anybody that knows me, I'm not a girly girl. I'm not a girly girl. I'm not an emotional person. But as I grew on social media, I thought that's how people wanted me to be or what I needed to do to grow. Like, see how I have my tracksuit and my hat or whatever? That's me. I love to thrift. I like oversized baggy clothes. I like tracksuits. I like leggings and sneakers. Like, I like to be chill and comfy. Like, I don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't do too much over here. And I felt like I moved out of my house, moved out of my parents' house, and did too much. And in that place of doing too much, I did meet my new partner, and which is great. But then I ended up having to move back home. I don't think a lot of people realize, but because I had still had old content that I was sitting on from my old place, I had to move back home. Like, the rent was unrealistically affordable. And I feel like I spent a year and a half out of my parents' house, um, not saving. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I look back on it now and I'm like, wow, like I could have saved at least like five five figures living at home if I had just settled down and like slowed down. And like, I feel like that's the struggles of your early to mid 20s, is you think you have it all figured out, or you think you're going to be left behind, but you're not going to be. There's no such thing as being left behind. Like, I turned 30 in like 4 months or so, and I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, wow, like I know I'm only going to get wiser, but if I had the thoughts and the feelings and the uh this is not what I want to say, but the desire to do better, then I would be in such a better place. And that's kind of like rounds up the whole conversation about balancing real life with content creation. It's so difficult because you're battling with so many different internet personalities. You're dealing with your supporters. You're trying to figure out who you are as a person while you're working your day to day off camera, but then you're trying to live up to the expectations of what you think people want you to be. And it's very, very difficult to tie all of that in together and to find balance and to be perfectly at peace or to heal from trauma. But I'm going to say this right now, like, there's no such thing as being at perfect balance or at perfect peace or fully healed. You're always going to go through something, but I feel like the biggest thing is through all of it is how you handle it. Are you willing to take on new challenges to be a better person or to be different or to rise above all of these people that look the same. And like as much as we strive to make money and to be noticed on social media, a lot of the times, a lot of these content creators end up looking the same. And there's nothing that separates them from what you're trying to achieve or separates them from other content creators that makes them different. And that's where you have to step in and be your true self and be the person that God called you to be and find things that you can share with others that others are going to resonate with and want to stick around and want to come back and want to follow and want to subscribe. And that's what I'm learning now. And that's why I had to take a step back from my social media these past like 3, 4 months because I really had to think to myself, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Like you show up here every single day, you do your lip gloss, you do your makeup. I love skincare, by the way. That's something that's never going to change because skincare brings me peace. It helps me feel balanced in terms of like, my mental health and everything. Though, so that's something that I do, and that's something that I'm passionate about, and that's what I choose to bring to my channel and my platforms as I learn. You know what I'm saying? But as I go back to say, is like, what is Danielle gonna do differently that she can stick to? That's gonna inspire people that come across her platforms and people that come across her content. And that's when I was like, girl, you got to start your little podcast, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Spotify, wherever it goes, wherever I grow. I just feel like I have such a voice and thoughts, and I'm very smart and intelligent, and I have all of these things to share. And I think that as I continue to grow and make this a safe space for myself, I'll be able to do that. I feel like storytelling content and just being your true self is going to be what takes a lot of creators to the next level. It's not about the glitz, it's not about the glam, it's not about the fashion, it's not about the name brand, it's not about spending all this money. At the end of the day, a lot of the times, people spend all this money and they're still unhappy, or they spend all this money that they don't have. And like one thing that my partner really drilled into my mind is like, if I can't buy it 2, 3 times, I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really, really got to be smart, and you're never too young or too old to learn something or to be successful. Like, you don't have to be in your 20s and have it all figured out. You don't have to be in your 30s and have it all figured out. You don't have to be in your 40s and have it all figured out. You'll figure it out when you figure it out. That's what life is. At the end of the day, I like to call life assimilation because I'm Christian, and I'm like, God put me on this earth to really find myself, to seek Him, to put my faith and my trust in Him only, so that when the world comes to an end, I can be up there with Him. You know, I have to make sure that I'm sharing the gospel and inspiring other people and spreading the word with other people in a way that's not selfish. Like, I'm not just doing this for my salvation, I'm doing it because it feels good. And I've gone through things in life that have pushed me to be closer to God to where I can actually do these things. And I feel like as I do this, my mission for social media has become so much clearer and like so real. So I have a lot to share with you guys, and I don't want to make the first episode too deep, too long. I don't want it to go over anybody's head, but we're here and we're doing it. And I think this is going to be a true testament to this first episode, like how I'm going to balance real life with content creation. Um, yeah, I would like to say I'm a social media influencer in a sense, but I'm a content creator first. I like to create content. I'm such a creative person. That's just who I am. And I just feel like I will be allowed to do this so much more like freely and be more open minded just because of where my headspace is at right now. And I shared my unemployment series of shorts these past few months, but I've gone through the biggest challenge in my 20s this past summer. And it's a testimony that I want to share with you guys because I feel like somebody could learn from it when it comes to their faith and allowing God to just come in and do what he needs to do. And all you really need to do is seek him. You know what I'm just saying? Just seek God first, and he'll always come through for you. So that's what I did. I seek God. I asked him, like, what am I doing? What is my purpose? Where do I need to be? Because right now I've never felt so lost. And it dawned on me to, because I was going to give up on content creating, because I'm like, this is not doing nothing for me. Like, I'm seeing all these people that built their channels and stuff like yesterday, and they have like thousands of subscribers, and I built my channel like 11 years ago. I'm not even at, like, you know what I'm saying? I just started comparing myself, and I have to say, yo, Danielle, like, slow down, girl, slow down. Like, slow down. Slow down, think about it, pray about it. And what God put on my heart was to yap, to have a podcast, to talk to you guys. And as much as I share a lot of this through my vlogs, sometimes it could be hard to follow, or might not be how people like want to take in what I have to say. So I'm like, let me slow down a little bit, put the camera down, stop driving around and go on all these places. Not saying I'm not going to do vlogs, but this is what resonated with me, was slowing down, writing my thoughts on paper, and sharing them with you guys. So I can't wait to see what comes from this. I can't wait to continue to share with you guys all of the things that are happening in my life and where I'm at. But I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning into the first episode of this podcast, and just allow me to be real and chill and come on here real and raw, because sometimes I be wanting to do my makeup and put on lashes just to look presentable for the channel, but hair's a little messy, had to throw on a hat, threw on a little oversized tracksuit, and I showed up. So I love you guys, and I can't wait to drop this first episode whenever that may be. But if you liked it, follow, subscribe. I don't know where this is going to go. It could be on Shorts. It could be on TikTok. It could be on Instagram. I don't know. But you know what you got to do. Hit the like button. Turn on your post notifications. And, like, come back and, like, chat with me. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a conversation in the comment sections. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to talk about as well. Like, there's so many things that I have dealt with and gone through that I feel like I could share. So, yeah. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.